Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how we decorate for the holidays, not just what we decorate. So this is a new for us. We have a split screen technique happening. Jim is on the left and I'm on the right, and we'll meet up in the middle in a second. But what I've done is I've taken this board that I got, this metal, galvanized metal map of the United States that I got at the Target dollar spot last year, and it hangs over my coffee bar. A lot of the signs I leave printed and I just use them after year, but this one I actually want to make sure I washed, because sometimes these Dollar Tree dry erase markers can be like stubborn, so I didn't want to leave them to make them permanent. Plus, you know, in the summertime, what do you drink changes anyway. So I've got Cafe Americano and American breakfast tea, which I actually have both of those in my home. And then I'm going to put red, white, and blue berry scones. But I don't have those, but I really do want to make them. I was thinking about scones with cranberries and blueberries and white chocolate chips. I think that would be so cute. But I don't know if I'm going to. So don't hold me to it. If I do, I definitely will share it with you 100%. And what we have on the left is Jim just putting up some of the things that he can do without me. And I know that sounds silly, but when we do our decor, what we do is we both have pretty much a job. And I sit in front of the two totes that we have for Americana decor. All of this decor that's on the inside of the house is contained into two 18-gallon totes. These ones are from Rubbermaid, so just to give you an idea of what they are. And what basically happens every time we decorate, and this has been for our entire marriage, is I am the unwrapper and the person, like the director basically, and he is the worker. Now it's important now that I don't have as much energy as I used to, but it was always better this way before, because I am able to sit far away from the project and take a look at what needed to be adjusted. But there are definitely things that are two-person jobs that I get up and help him with, and there always were. So what I wanted to also share with you is, if there is something that comes in packaging, and mostly for the fragile stuff, but even if the non-fragile stuff like the lights and stuff, I try to keep the package. What I like to do is put it back in its original form. So these they're basically condiment holders, ceramic condiment holders. They were from Avon, and I keep the box, the styrofoam, the plastic that the hats are wrapped in, and everything. And I want to make sure that I do that because I want to keep them from year to year. And honestly, I got them on clearance at Avon, and I have never used them for condiments. They just sit on my counter as a decoration. I mean, on the baker's rack for a decoration. And I know you guys like to know the resources of things. That big star I got on Christmas clearance at Cracker Barrel in 2013. And I used to have it up all year because why not, you know. But we basically, now that I have bought the fence and stuff, we take it down and we change it out for the different holiday seasons. All right. And I no longer have the giant shamrock. I sent it to my sister. So she has the giant shamrocks. That's why I don't put that up for St. Patrick's Day. But I do the fence, and I do the little flower bowls hanging from them. That's really cute. Anyhow, we've had these light sets. What I used to do in my old house is I had an archway between the living room and dining room, and I always like to stretch these garlands with lights over the archway. When we moved here, they happened to be the perfect length for going on the fireplace. That's why you always see lights on my fireplace. The only thing that I have new since I've moved here is we bought Christmas garlands, light up Christmas garlands. After our first Christmas clearance, we went to Bed Bath & Beyond, and we got some really inexpensive light up garlands for our fireplace. Everything else that you see on my fireplace, I've had since before I moved here, since like 2006 to 2008 is when I really started doing that at my old house. So these are really old. What it usually is two sets of lights, and each set of lights is usually about 5 feet. I need 10 feet minimum going across. So what I have done in the past is I buy this light sets, I string them together. I do whatever I need to do to the electricity. Like sometimes I have to weave in an extension cord, depending on where the plugs are and the design of the lights. Sometimes I re-switch out the lights. Like basically, sometimes they come like I'll get a string of pumpkins and a string of ghosts, and what I'll do is I'll swap out every other pumpkin with every other ghost, if you get what I mean, so that I put the two together, it actually looks like one continuous strand. But what happened to my red, white, and blue lights is the beginning of last year, one side was dead, and I fixed it, but then it died very soon after I hung it. And then by the end of the summer, the second string was dead. So we just said, this year we'll just buy new lights, and we'll transfer everything over. So I found these lights at Walmart this year. It is 100 LED lights on a 20-foot cord. So I knew that that was going to be twice as long as I need it. So before we ever went to transferring any of the decor or any of the lights, casings, I guess we can call them, we twisted the string in half, and we just twisted it so it had extra lights. Then what I'm doing here is on our Americana lights, we actually have a garland that has little tiny flags hanging from it. So if you saw recently when I did the Americana decor, Dollar Tree currently sells a garland that has little blue and red stars hanging off of it. Technically, they're blue on one side and red on the other, but that's what their current garland is. But this garland with the flags I bought, like I said, how many years ago, I can't even tell you. So what we've always done is we've taken our light sets and we've twisted around the light sets with the garland, just to give it a little something, just to hide the cord and to make it look a little special. And usually when it's a tinsely thing, it sparkles and stuff. So I really just like that. And then when I'm done doing all of that and figuring out exactly how long it needs to be and wrapping it all around, oh, and occasionally, like we're going to do in this, occasionally I take what looks like bread ties, or you could use pipe cleaners or something, and I use that to help secure it to the string lights. But that is not a necessity if you're careful. But I know Jim's not always careful, so, you know, he doesn't. It's funny because I just had a conversation with him yesterday about, like, it takes so much effort for me to get him to help me, but then when he's done, he's so proud and he loves everything so much that I'm always wondering, why do I have to struggle to get you to help me when you know you love doing it? I think he just likes to be resistant, you know. So then after we have all of the garland twisted on, I'm going to go ahead and replace all the lights. So you didn't see me take everything apart in the beginning. It went super fast, but that's what we did. We basically undid this from the old strand of lights. Now, as far as the new lights are concerned, because LED have like a little clip to hold the LED lights in, we ended up having to cut the clip off. And what I did was I just evenly spaced. I just eyeballed the space. I didn't like count or anything. I just said, okay, this looks like halfway, and then halfway of that, and then halfway of that. That's how I figured out how far apart to put the lights. But I just took a little tiny craft knife and I cut the little tab off so that they would fit inside the stars that are like the ornaments or the surrounds or the plastic things, is what I'm trying to say. Okay? But when you buy these light kits, they already have the lights on them, the little figures or the little ornaments on them already. So you don't have to go through all this. This is just I'm showing you how to replace them. So if the lights ever go out and you cannot fix the lights, you can go ahead and always stick those little ornaments on other lights. You just might have to make a few adjustments. And our fireplace lights and our front lights are all on timers. We prefer coming on at 4 o'clock, going off at midnight, and it's a good indication for me to go to bed if it's midnight and the lights go off. But that's what we do, and I loved these LED lights. I love them so much. They're so bright, and it's so nice to have all the extra white sparkle than before. And if you can see from this shot where the two wreaths are. So those two wreaths we made last year, I'll link all of the Americana Patriotic DIY playlist down below so that you can go ahead and check out any of those DIY tutorials. Okay? And now we're just doing the little added touches. We took one of the Dollar Tree scarves and we put it over the electric fireplace. I made those 2 candle holders out of napkins and jars last year, and we're just setting up some decorations on the fireplace. I knew I wanted to leave spaces for different stuff that we were going to be making. And here's how it looks in the daytime, well, in the daytime, with or without the lights on, so that you can see everything. And then there's this garland that I taught everybody how to make. We have one over the doorway between the kitchen and the living room, and then one goes on the china cabinet in the eat-in kitchen. And then I have these, basically these bows from the Dollar Tree that I put on my hallway on each one of the doors. And what I do every year to keep these, and I've had these for about 5 years now, maybe 4 years. What I do is I use clothespins to keep the bows together, to keep them from, basically to hold them to, from, to keep them together while they're in the tote. While they're in storage, they don't get all messed up and warped and bent out of stretch. Okay? And I think I mentioned this recently, that we have tablecloths for every season, but I have been cooking a lot at the table, and I'm not putting my Americana tablecloth on because it's a lot easier to just wipe the table off. Like when I fry bacon on the griddle, it doesn't, the splash won't go onto the tablecloth, it'll go on the table. It's much easier to clean the table off. But in the dining room, we have a formal dining room, and I love to decorate it. This is the first year we have 6 chairs, so we're having to come up with how do we take these 4 placemat things and 4 chair things we used to do and make it into a service for 6. So what we have is, I have these 4 placemats that I got in a thrift store when I was in New York ages and ages and ages ago, and they're just the scene of people watching fireworks. So it's like the back of people's heads. I'll actually insert a picture. And then we have these table runners that we got, and I have to tell you, they're so inexpensively made. I'm not exactly even sure where we got them. I think they're from the Dollar Tree. I feel like I want to say they're from the Dollar Tree like 5 to 10 years ago. But what we used to do is we used to take them and hang them over the backs of those chairs. And then we used to have I have these other napkins that I'm going to use actually on the ends that we used to hang over the backs of the 2 head chairs. But we're going to actually use them as a table runner this year. And the centerpiece we got at a thrift store, and it's basically like this weavy, windy metal thing with like tea lights in it. And at Big Lots, when our first 4th of July here, I think it was for the 2014, after like the clearance, we got these red, white, and blue. They're cranberry, vanilla, and blueberry scented candles, and I love to put them in that candle holder, even though you're not supposed to use scented candles at your kitchen table. I mean, at your food table. So the 4 napkins that I held up, that Jim held up to show you, are actually from World Market. I don't know if you guys have ever shopped at World Market. It is amazing. It is like Pier 1 on steroids. We got these napkins that actually are the preamble to the Constitution on them, printed in basically they took the preamble and printed it on a napkin. And they have a little tiny American flag embroidered in the bottom corner. And we fold them up and we put them in these little houses, these cute little houses that are American flag houses. And I put down the white chargers from the Dollar Tree. On the 2 ends, I have those, they're actually dish towels, believe it or not. There was a set of 3. They were also from World Market. There is a red and white stripe, a red with white stars, and a blue with white stars. And what we've done was we put the red stripes on one end of the table and the blue stars on the other end of the table. All right, and that's how the table looks. And I'll give you an up-close shot. Here you go. Oh, and I got these plastic dishes. These plastic dishes are from the Dollar Tree, these plastic stars. And I put one on each end of the table as well. And now we'll head over to turn around and look at the buffet. And last year I got these paper buntings from the Dollar Tree, and I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do with them. Like banners, I'm sorry, not buntings. But I thought how cute they would look over the buffet. Now I wanted to stretch them straight across, but Jim didn't want to move the thumbtacks. he was getting tired. But then I came up with, yes, how cute would it look if it was going back over? And that's what we did. So we went one way and then turned it around and came back the other way, and it looks so cute. And here's the whole table set up. And yeah, that's how it looks. And that's the place setting. I just thought it was super cute. I should show you an up-close picture of that. And there's my forever tree. Now you guys know. Now maybe you don't actually. I was thinking about that I have a forever tree in my dining room, and there's I'll link a video where I tell you all about it. But I decorate it for every holiday. The lights have gone out on it. That's why they're only string lights. So the ones we just created in the most recent DIY. But here, what it looks like, and like I say, I decorated for all the holidays. This one has permanent ornaments. There's some silver and white ornaments that stay on all of the time. But then I decorate additional ornaments for the season. So I put those red, white, and blue buckets on there, or red, silver, and blue buckets on there, and some of the stars and our red H that we have that's really cute. So here is the rest of the dining room. I hope you really like the tree. I know I really do need to get more lights. Jim and I were just talking about that. And here's an up-close shot of the little napkin rings that we have that look like little houses. And nothing's really changed in my bathroom, but I'll share some resources with you. These two sets of decorative towels are both from Kohl's. The red ones are from the Dollar General. I got this shower curtain from Collections ETC on clearance, but the star shower hooks were brown, and I painted them blue and red to match my Americana decor. And then my red bath rugs are from Target, and then that little tiny decorative towel is also from Kohl's. Kohl's has a really good resource for fun stuff. And then my blueberry pie candle from the Dollar Tree. Alright, so that's it, everybody. I hope you really enjoyed this home tour. We really enjoyed doing it for you. And hopefully you got some inspirations on how we decorate and how to repurpose stuff for decorations. If you have any questions at all, leave them in the comments down below. Don't forget to share this video with friends, family, and anybody you know might be interested in getting some ideas. And if you haven't yet, click subscribe. When you do, a little bell will pop up. When you ring that bell, YouTube will let you know whenever we upload a new video. And as always, take care. God bless. See you next time. Bye. God bless America.